Hey everyone, how's it going? I want to just do a little bit of a sequel video to a video I did back in early November of 2019, where I talked about where I thought the market might be going and whether buyers at that time should wait to buy until spring of 2021 or whether they should try to buy sort of at that time before the end of 2020. Um, so the numbers are in for November and December of 2019. And I think what we're seeing there will be very telling for what we can expect to see, I think, for the next few months as we enter the spring 2021 market. So just quickly here, I'll talk about King Township, which is King City, Nobleton, Schaumburg, and then some smaller towns like Pottageville and whatnot. But I can tell you that it's very representative of what we're seeing in terms of numbers really everywhere in sort of that King and Vaughan area, right? Markets like Kleinburg in Vaughan, Valour Village in Vaughan, even Tottenham and Simcoe, all very kind of similar data that we're seeing there to what I'm going to talk about here in King Township. So here's the data for November and December 2020 in King Township. Prices were actually about 20% higher than that same period, November and December 2019, the year before. In terms of demand and activity, number of houses sold was actually about double in November and December 2020 versus November and December 2019. Okay, so we saw prices go up, activity, sales, which is a reflection of demand, basically double same time period from the year before. And then lastly, inventory. This is interesting. Inventory was actually about half, a little bit more than half in 2020, so less in 2020 than it was in 2019 for November and December. So what does that tell us? That tells us there's less active homes actually available on the market, which really is a reflection of the demand, right? Things are coming on the market and we're seeing them get snapped up so quickly. Days on market is very, very low right now. And so the inventory is down. So the data tells us that it's been a really hot November and December 2020. And honestly, that is just sliding right into 2021. I really don't see that sort of letting up at all. And really on the ground as well, we're seeing it. We're seeing that markets continue to be very, very hot right now. Just as an example, Valour Village in Vaughan, we're seeing like a 4-bedroom home there that would have sold for maybe 1.2, 1.3 about a year ago is now going for like 1.4, 1.5. Like that's the kind of appreciation that we're seeing just over a year or so. So it's pretty crazy. I think this is going to continue, to be honest, not just for the next few months as we get into the spring. I mean, spring, I think, is going to be a little bit bonkers, to be honest, because it's traditionally sort of a hot market. And I think it's going to be very, very strong this year. But even further out for the next little while, I think we're going to see strength in the market. When we look at some of the macro fundamentals, right? I mean, interest rates, they're going to stay low for the next couple of years, right? We're hearing the Bank of Canada guidance saying that their rate is not going to go up until probably 2023 or so, or maybe even later. And so that's driving, mortgage rates. They're going to remain low until that time as well. With COVID, the vaccines, theoretically, as the vaccines start to roll up and we start to see things open up, the mindset out there, the perception of things, of the economy should get more positive. That I think theoretically should put even more demand in the market. I haven't even talked about immigration. I mean, immigration has been on pause essentially since COVID started, sort of back in March 2019. And Canada has actually had very strong immigration for the last 5 or 10 years or so. People don't realize they've been very aggressive with their targets for immigration, highest in the G7. And so once things start to open up, presumably sometime in 2021, and immigration starts back up again, that's just going to add fuel, I think, to the demand in the market and just make the demand go even higher. So all in all, I really don't see things kind of letting up anytime soon. I don't think we're at our peak yet. I mean, there should inevitably be some sort of softening of the market or correction within the next few years, but I really don't think it's 2021. I think we're going to see some strong appreciation, at least while interest rates remain as low as they are. That is probably the biggest driver of things. And that's going to be this way, I think it looks like, for the next couple of years at least. And so I think we're going to have a strong housing market for that period of time. That's it for me today, everyone. Take care.